One more drink, one more drink. You know in the morning for sure we gon' stink. One more round, one more round. It's 5 a.m., you pricks, the barkeep frowned. This is what we do, catch up for a few. We'll riff and talk some shit and then we'll sleep till 2. Talk some shit and then we'll sleep till 2.
Yo.
Woo! We're here, baby. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. It's been a minute.
I gotta, what's the word? Confess. Last week I was so fucking hungover. I felt like I slacked off. I didn't bring the heat, so tonight I snorted some Adderall. I did some emergency. I'm ready.
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm so glad you said that because I might be slacking this episode, man. And first off, I didn't notice you slacking. You're always hilarious on this, but I was fucking. I'm dying right now. I did like a pinch of vodka in this giant soda just because, like, I don't want to be a douche.
Yeah.
But, like, goddamn, dude,
Yeah. I can see it. You got the pail going. By the way, I love booze in a kid's cup. That's the ultimate sadness. You might as well go sippy at that point. What's the deal in a sippy cup?
I do realize I got to step it up with like wine glasses and martini glasses, but like, fuck, man, there's something about a dumb kid's glass and getting fucked up, combining like childhood nostalgia with a drug. It is kind of.
It's so true. I mean, Gaffigan had that great joke. He's like, something about the container. Like, you got a guy drinking a wine glass with red wine. You're like, hey, but if you're like, hey, refill my Yahtzee shaker, you're like, oh, this guy's messed up.
They don't make crack pipes with Krusty the Clown on it. I don't think. But
it's a good point. Yeah, it's true. It's weird how that works. Like, isn't it weird how the carton or the container makes it look like if you drink whiskey and pour it in a rocks glass, that's fine. But if you drink it out of the bottle, you look like a psycho. And the same with ice cream. Out of the carton, you're golden. I mean, you're a weirdo, but out of the bowl, you're great.
I do ice cream out of the carton all the time.
I mean, I do it too, but I'm just saying, if you put ice cream in a bowl, you look like a better citizen.
Yeah. Also, I'll say this though too, with like booze, you're drinking shitty ass bourbon if you're down to just like backwash that shit back in there. But yeah, it is like a look thing. Like in the pint of ice cream, you're like, all right, ice cream is just like an intimate snack now. Like it's like you're alone at home. Whereas like booze, you're like, oh, I can't wait to pour it into a glass. I don't know why, but it is 10 times sadder.
That's what it is. You couldn't take the time to put the ice cream in the bowl. You had to have it right then. That's how much of an addict you are. Or same with the alcohol.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was never an out of the. I guess when you're a kid, I mean, you'll do 40s and shit.
Oh yeah, but that's beer. I think beer, you tend to drink it out of a bottle. Also, what's sad is the liquor in plastic, the handle of liquor that's plastic, like the jug. That's a bummer.
Yeah, it is a bummer. Like a jug of anything is kind of like, is it because jug doesn't sound classy? Like, Miss, would you care for a jug?
Right. It sounds like moonshine. Like it's got the 3 X's on it. You don't even know what it is. You're just like, all right, it'll fuck me up.
I want to say good point, just so our listeners have to take a shot now, because I know that's one of our words. Good point. They take a drink.
So what were you sipping on there that led to this cocktail flu?
I did a lot of bourbon, just a lot of bourbon, and then a few nights ago I went hard too. After a show, I feel like a real asshole telling this story, but I'll tell it anyway. A friend of mine comes to shows all the time, and he always brings a hot date, and he always blows it. Like we it's become like a running gag of how many hot dates he'll bring. And after the show, like it's me and Phil Hanley and a high school friend of mine, and we're just like, we're bombed. We're all wrecked. We're drinking, and she's asking us to date if he's a good guy, and I have just enough booze to be like, he's such a good guy. I mean, all his charity work. Have you heard about his charity jerking off the homeless? He's looking at me like, cut it out. I'm like, the homeless are freezing right now, and he jerks them to completion because it's a real problem out there. And Phil starts jumping in. We're just pounding on him, and he's so drunk that he's like, dude, you promised.
There's a real art to it. See, I don't know how he does it because he can get a date, but he can't close. I was the other way around. If I got a date, I could close, but it was hard for me to get a date.
Well, I think also like once she sniffs that drunken insecurity, it ain't good because he's a good dude. He's a cool dude. But yeah, every once in a while, if you're a bad drunk, you ain't closing.
No, God, no. And you ain't getting it up either. But he should just fake the laugh.
That's what I was saying.
You look like a pro.
He grabbed Phil at one point and goes, "You're making a big mistake." And the girl's laughing. She's laughing. So I'm like, come on, dude. But Phil was like, is he threatening me? I'm like, hey, he's going to forget tomorrow, which I think he did. But I was like, he did threaten you.
Yeah. I hope Phil went home with her. I mean, Phil's a smooth cat.
He's in a thing. He's in a thing.
Oh, yeah. All right, Phil. He's the most vague, secretive guy on the planet.
He might have my favorite relationship joke ever. When you meet the right person, you know right away. How come when you meet the wrong person, it takes a year and a half?
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's a good joke.
That's got layers. It's funny. It's well written and it's poignant.
And it's one line.
Yeah, that's comedy. That's why comedy's better than poetry.
What? Oh, and so my boy Dennis from childhood is at the show, and we're hanging. His dad passed away a few years ago. His dad was like the coolest. He was like the dad who would go drinking with us.
You're right.
He passed away. He was so funny. He was like a vulgar drunk. We'd be at bars and he'd walk up to women and be like, "Lady, what I would give to take you in the bathroom right now." And they'd be like, they'd slap him. It was like a
I remember that guy.
He did that once, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry about him." And this woman goes, "Finally, a gentleman," and she kissed me right in front of him. And he gave me a wink. I'm like, "Oh, he's doing this shit on purpose." He's digging a hole so that we get to swoop in and be the hero.
That's a great dad. I mean, what a guy taking the hit for the kids.
Great friend. I don't know, great dad. But,
yeah,
great wingman.
Great wingman. I don't know if he's paying the bills or
no. He was awesome. He was a really funny guy, and this guy Dennis, who I see every once in a while, is a character, and he's like, literally the last time I saw him, he was like, "I need your urine." And you can't ask why. And I was like, "It's a drug test." And he goes, "All right, yeah, it's a drug test."
What else would it be?
I literally met him with my urine at a Chipotle. I was like, "Here."
Jeez, what did you put it in?
I think actually, you know what? He gave me a Chipotle cup, and
oh, there you go.
I guess he asked for a water cup. I don't know. A water cup.
Which proves my point that no one has ever put water in a water cup at Chipotle. Even still, it's urine.
Yeah, so we got into a lot of stuff. I've just been drinking too much. We're getting to that point of the pandemic where it's like, yeah, it's winter in New York City.
Yeah.
I'm good. And by the way, I got Rudy's 44th and 9th. Just closed down behind me. It's my backdrop if you're watching us.
Rudy's is done?
It's done. It was a legendary New York bar, if you guys didn't know it. It was like, there was like 2 affordable bars in Times Square.
Yeah.
That aren't tourist traps. Rudy's and Jimmy's. And Jimmy just died on 44. But Rudy's, man, remember the free hot dog with every round?
Of course. I got mugged outside of Rudy's in like 08. Yeah. It was my fault.
How?
Well, I got drunk with Bjorn. Remember Bjorn? The manager? A little bit.
He was you and Joe List manager.
Yeah, but he was just a booze bag, and he never did a lick of work. We just got drunk and paid for everything. But I was so broke.
Back then, you're like, that's a good manager.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, this guy's the man. He gets me. He knows I'm an artist. And, you get the free hot dog. So I was just pounding beer. And I leave the bar. I lived in Crown Heights, by the way. So getting home was like an excursion. So I said, all right, I got a big ride ahead of me. So let me take a nap. Were you off
the 4-5 or the 2-3? What were you off?
I was off the A on Nostrand.
Ooh, that's fucking out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take a little nap in an alcove. There was like 4 steps down into an apartment. And I was like, this looks kind of warm. It's well lit. Just going to rest my eyes. And I get down there. I conk out immediately. I wake up and like a bunch of guys are going through my pockets, like 4 guys. And I was like, what the fuck? And I just did this. And one goes, he's getting up, and just hit me. And I went out again. I woke up. They took my phone, my wallet, my joke book, my pen, my keys, my change. I was like, gee, you took the joke book? Come on.
You're a real comic because you said joke book before keys. That's how you know you're legit. That's hilarious. They oh my God, it's awful, but it's hilarious. I mean, it's hilarious because you're okay, but like, goddamn, dude, those 4 dudes
Yeah, I mean, I was a sitting duck. It was such an easy. I was a mark. Literally, I was so easy. It was like I'm sleeping. I'm a young guy. There's four of them. Over.
Oh, I hate a fucking. It's like, you know what it's like? People going hunting against animals, and you have a gun. It's like that's what four dudes mugging one guy is. They're hunting.
Yeah, and at least shoot a deer in the wild while he's grazing. That I was a sleeping deer. Like I was too easy. Brutal.
I just realized I was not recording. I have to restart this.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure Harry can save it from the Zoom audio, but god
All right,
damn it.
Harry.
My bad, dude.
But yeah, the toughest thing is nobody tells you is you're like, all right, well now I got to get home, but you don't have a Metro card, so you're like, all right, now I got to buy one, but now you don't have a credit card or cash or a phone, so you can't Venmo, so you can't. So it was like getting home was a nightmare. I had to jump the turnstiles and everything.
Oh, it's like After Hours, Mark Norman edition. That's crazy. They didn't even have Venmo in 2008, did they? So I mean, you had like, did they have Uber in 2008?
No, I just had to go, and I couldn't get a cab either. I had no money, no card, no cash, so I had to just take the subway.
And you were fucked up.
And I was fucked up, yeah. So it was a long night.
Damn, maybe I guess a payphone was your option back then.
I guess, but they took my quarters. Back then you had 3 quarters in your pocket. That was some real loot. Like that was usable.
Quarters.
Yeah.
I can't believe that shit. Fucking Rudy's, man.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's a long excursion there. What are you drinking right now?
Oh yeah. Well, I always like to show the people at home that this is the real deal. We're going with Clooney's again.
Good round.
Casame.
Yeah.
Casamigos tequila, and my lady got some kind of drink with a lime in it, so I stole her lime and her cup, and I'm just going tequila on the rocks with a splash of soda water.
Yeah, we're going similar. I'm doing a splash of vodka with club soda because I'm fucking dying right now. I apologize. My energy sucks. I didn't notice you having bad energy last week.
Oh, I was really faking it till I made it. So what's the hangover? This is a booze podcast, basically. What's the hangover recipe from a true booze bag?
I make eggs. I do eggs, toast. I mean, I had to go back to sleep. It was that bad. But
yeah, that helps.
I took like a 2 p.m. nap, which you're like, man, you feel like a real piece of shit taking it. It's like, it's not a power nap. It's like the opposite of whatever a power nap is. Yeah, so I'm out. A weakness nap.
Yeah, failure nap.
I did that. I did wake up, I make eggs, toast some cheddar in there, some turkey, try to get some protein and but it tastes good. Then I shitload of drip drop, which is like the Pedialyte. It's like the alternative Pedialyte. That's good.
Oh, I don't know that. That's what we called chlamydia. I got the drip drop.
It's I think it's stronger than Pedialyte. I think it's got more electrolytes. I could be wrong, but that's
wow.
That's what I heard, and I just went with it. But a little bit of that, a lot of water, a lot of club soda.
Coffee?
No, it did for the first time. It's got to be like this. How bad? Like I did coffee on Friday when I was hungover. I couldn't do it today.
What? That's the ultimate helper for me.
I was that ill. I couldn't keep food down for a while.
Whoa.
I couldn't keep until like 5. I couldn't keep food down. So
whoa, yeah, you are in bad shape, man. We're getting old, Patty.
I'm all right now. Last week was in rough shape. All right, Except I was all right a few weeks ago, but now I'm in rough shape.
Yeah.
No, it's tough, man. I'll be good tomorrow though.
Yeah. It's funny because when you're hungover like this, which I've been there a million times, you want to kill yourself. You question every decision you ever made. You're like, what am I doing with my life? The anxiety. But at like 10:30 at night, you're like, hey, I feel pretty good. And you almost want to grab a beer.
Dude, I mean, here we are, right? You wake up at 10 a.m. I'll never drink again. 2 p.m. Well, I'll drink again someday, just not right now.
Yes.
9 p.m. One won't hurt.
Yeah.
And then midnight, you're in a headlock again.
Right. It's like women who date those, fucking abusive guys. Like, never again. And two years later, they're like, Frankie's nice when he wants to be.
Yeah. Back with Tito. Anyway, Tito's not so bad. No, it's a mess, man. So you're with a lady right now. Any Valentine's Day stuff or what?
Well, luckily, she had a thing tonight, and she was super hungover today. So we like
Ooh.
ordered in and had like, the hangover sex and like sideways on the couch and nobody could move. And I was on no sleep. So it was a beautiful, beautiful Valentine. I love when she's hungover because she's younger than me and she's got all this energy. I want to just hang out.
That's huge. It's great too when they're feeling like shit and you're like, I ordered in Thai for you. You know what I mean? Like we're doing the lazy day for you. That's the best. I don't, you know what I hate is all these flower websites that are like Pro Flowers, 1-800-Flowers. It's like $30 and then you get the checkout and it's like 110. And you're like,
yes.
How did that happen?
Service fee, these cunts.
These florist pieces of shit.
And these like all of us douchebag procrastinating idiot guys, we wait till the last minute, they rack it up, and they know they got you by the balls because you need those flowers.
Fucking flower guys. Yeah, they should there should be like an amateur flower website. It should be like not as good a job and like
right.
You know what I mean?
It's got dirt on it still. They took it out of a lawn or a cemetery.
They don't even like deliver it perfectly, like throw it against your door. You have to find it, Be like, all right, that's something. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a perfect day. I was a bum today. I didn't do shit.
Yeah, I was glad because I was on no sleep. These flights now coming. I'm doing all these Midwest gigs, and it's like 6 a.m. or a 7 p.m. Like that's all you can get. So you got to take the 6 a.m. Then you got to lay over in Chicago, and that's a 3-hour delay, and that's a whole thing.
That's because there's just less flights.
Yeah, exactly.
That's horrible. Those are
horrible.
And it's like you want to get out, but fuck, I hate a 6 a.m. flight.
Oh, it was brutal. And man, I got to tell you, for some reason, I flew out of Chicago to Newark, and the whole flight was Hasidic Jews, which is fine, but they all knew each other. So they're like hanging out. They're all in the aisle. They're playing cards in the aisleway. Like the girls are on the floor. They're passing babies across from me. Like, oh yeah, I think I saw a kid get circumcised. It was bananas. They're so comfortable. The masks were down here. I was like, man, these guys are living the life because they had the whole plane. So I felt like I was in Borough Park.
Were they masked?
No, they were hanging low. They were doing the fake, the chin mask.
Oh, I hate the chin mask. Yeah,
I believe it, but I was outnumbered.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to an Orthodox Jewish girl once, and she said, for some, we just like started talking about Colin Kaepernick. She was like, I don't get it. She's like, I just don't. She's like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand it. And I was like, all right, well, you want to get a drink sometime? And she's like, no, I got a 7,000 person wedding to attend. I can't. And you're like, all right.
There you go.
Yeah, fuck, man. That's brutal.
Yeah,
6
it was
a.m.
tough. It was, and they are, they're up and at 'em. It was like the kids. There was so many kids, and the lady would come by, the flight attendant, be like, "Ma'am, your mask," and she'd go, "Oh," she put it up, and right when the lady walked away, she'd go and like roll her eyes. I was like, "Man, these Jews don't give a fuck. They're doing the Hava Nagila. They're high fiving. It was bananas."
That stresses me out for travel.
Oh yeah,
because I'm getting back out there soon. I'm like, oh boy. That's one where you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Jews, it's like they're either the most neurotic hypochondriac or they're that.
Yes.
You either get Woody Allen and Hannah and her sisters, where he's like, I got a tumor, I know it. And they're like, you're fine. What do you?
Yeah. Or it's like Borat or whoever. Although I know what is he, Kazakhstan?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but good to be back. Good to come back I had a Sunday show and I moved it to Saturday, and I'm just coming back on a Sunday. Such a game changer.
You did a third show, you mean?
Yeah, we added the show and did it like, early in the day. Did the Blue Room.
Oh, it's a great room.
Great club, great time. Chris is so fun. He showed me the whole town. We went to a bunch of strip clubs and all that. It was
the Ozarks. You went to COVID strip clubs?
Yeah, the gals are wearing a mask only because their faces are bad. But like, it was crazy. Just we went and had a steak. And he's one of these guys. Like I'm from New Orleans. He's like, I got to show you the town. He just keeps taking me to strip clubs. I'm like, I've seen strip clubs. This isn't weird to me. Like,
that's fucking hilarious.
I live in Manhattan.
I need to show you the town. Like, oh yeah, let me see a strip club in the Ozarks. That's
right.
It'll blow my mind coming from Bourbon Street. Yeah, that's a great club though, and he's a great guy. When I was there, I actually ended up in the hospital when I was there. Had some like horrible bug. I don't know what it was, but I like could not keep food down. I couldn't eat. I couldn't crap. It was like the worst.
What?
I ended up in the ER. with an IV in my arm. They're like, yeah, you got some bad bug, no food for another 24 hours. I went straight from the hospital to the gig, did 2 shows. They were the best crowd ever. And my back was out, and he like paid for a massage for me. He's a great dude.
He's really a great guy. He kept buying me things. I was like, stop. Like, we'd go to Come and Go, which is their 7-Eleven. And he's like, I'm buying you a Come and Go t-shirt. I'm like, I don't need the Come and Go t-shirt. And he just throws it at me. He's like, I bought it. I'm like, all right.
What? When are you going to wear this shirt?
I'll wear it to bed. I don't know. That's
Anytime
always
you say-
the answer.
Yeah, but anytime you don't like a shirt, I'll wear it to bed or I'll go to the gym in it. And then you're like, slowly you find a gym shirt. You're like, it's gone. Why even get?
I'll jizz in this sleeve of this thing once in 10 years, and that'll be it. I'll use it to mop up the counter.
So disrespectful.
Come and go.
With the jizz and a gift.
Well,
So
it's a fleshlight. What are you going to do?
I guess if it's a fleshlight, but it's a weird, he's not going to give you that. Have you ever tried a fleshlight?
I haven't. I'm shocked that I haven't, because I grew up fucking the couch, fucking the mattress, fucking the fridge. You know, all my friends were like, if you heat up half a cantaloupe, it feels just like a gash. So like I tried all these remedies.
You tried the cantaloupe?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I had days off in the summer. What else was I doing?
That's yeah, it's weird. They make stuff specifically to fuck, and that's where we draw the line. I think it's almost like it takes the creativity out of it.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to go to a store and just, what, do you have to clean it or something? It sounds, my hand's perfect. Why not? We're fine. We're doing all right.
I agree. I like the idea of jizzing in something and then just putting in the wash or putting in the garbage. I don't want to keep it around. What is it? Dishwasher safe? It's fun to go MacGyver of Snatch, you know, like.
I don't think you put it in the dishwasher.
I assume. What do you do?
I'm going to put it next to my cereal bowl. I don't think that's the solution.
Well, I mean, you ever seen Smacks? They look like little vaginas, but I don't know. It's just like, do I wash it in the dish, to the sink? I mean, what do? You got to wash it somewhere, or do you just let it?
I think you wash it in the sink, but you got to make sure all the dishes are out. You don't want that going in the coffee pot, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Cream in the coffee, but I don't. To me, that's sadder somehow than actually using a fleshlight, is washing the jizz out of it.
Of course. I think Mike Cannon did a bit about this, where it was like the cleaning was the part that drove him insane. I think it's horrible.
There you go. Yeah, I'd rather a sock. Give me a wigwam any day.
A wigwam? Would you ruin a sock?
I don't think they wash. You can put in the washer.
Yeah,
it's on your foot the rest of the time. It's not like we're treating these things like a pillow.
I go green. I shoot it in the hand and I'm done with it.
What?
Yeah, I go green.
Mine's too. It's like a sawed-off shotgun. I'm got
really?
spread. Yeah.
I guess I've done it. I mean, this is gonna sound gross. I have done it in the bathroom sink before.
Oh, same.
I just feel like that's it's just an easy way. Like, all right, let's clean. I don't like cleaning.
No, well, you're a tall guy too, so you have better aim at it, like from an upper level, you know. You don't want to.
I don't think you're struggling with aim into a sink. I think you're all right.
Well, if you're Muggsy Bogues or Danny DeVito, you might have to get on a squatty potty to get the height.
Danny DeVito's got little doggy stairs to jerk off into a sink.
It's like the kids with the teeth brushing. He's next to them.
Doggy stairs. Fuck. So many dumb ads over the years. Like, doggy stairs was one of the dumbest ones of all time.
Yeah, but that squatty potty, that made millions.
Yeah, that one makes sense, though, I think.
Yeah, it actually, my friend likes, he swears by it. I go to his apartment, it's sitting right there.
Is there anything else that was like huge? Like, I mean, was ShamWow big or was it just mocked?
I think it was pretty big. I mean, the guy cleaned up. Like auto places would buy it and car wash places, so they would all get it. But then you had the Pet Rock guy made a couple mil.
How about Slap Chop? Was that big?
No, what is that?
That was when I remember Slap Chop. You slap stuff and then you chop the food. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know that.
The what do you call it? The George Foreman grill. That's probably where that started. Hulk Hogan turned it down.
Whoa.
A lot of dough.
So it wasn't made by Foreman? I thought he thought of it.
No, I think it was like someone made it, and let me fact check that right now. But I remember I heard Hogan say that he turned it down.
Wow. That's like Will Smith turning down The Matrix.
It's worse.
Thing. Yeah.
Will Smith is getting more
Wow.
movie options these days than Hulk Hogan.
That's true. But I blame the I mean, look, the guy did well, but I blame the entrepreneur, whoever made the Foreman grill,
Michael C.
because
Bohm is
that
who
guy should be getting out there and selling his own product. That's what you do.
I guess, but maybe it's way. I mean, it's the George Foreman grill. It's like maybe that's why it's that big. Although it's like
True.
the opposite of Stallone, right? Rocky, he was like, "This is my baby. I'm in Rocky." They offered him more money. Stallone still was like, "I'm Rocky."
Exactly.
This dude went the other way. He was like, "No, this is George Foreman."
Yes, you got to own it. I mean, it's your product. Papa John, the My Pillow guy, somebody else who says the N word. You got to own your product. You got to get behind it, and you are the face of it. But hey, look, the George Foreman did great, but you're going to lose 30% of the profits going to Foreman.
Huh? Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I wonder who would have been like the next choice after Hogan, Foreman. If Foreman turns it down, who's your next guy?
I mean, you could have Lou Ferrigno, but that's too much of a bummer. He's got the speech impediment.
I was going to say Muhammad Ali, but the whole Parkinson thing might be an issue too. It's like a thing where it's all about precision coming down.
He's more for the shake weight. All right. Had to do it.
Had to. Shake weight, was that big?
Oh yeah, that had its moment in the sun. I don't think I see it at gyms just sitting there. Nobody ever uses it because it's too embarrassing.
It's ridiculous.
It's around. People bought it. The NutriBullet had a real good time.
That's just a blender though, isn't it?
It is, but it was quick and one push or two push. It's a gimmick.
Yeah. What? Anything else? Are we missing anything?
Wasn't there something where you cut your hair and it vacuums it? Remember that?
I don't know.
That might have been the 80s. There's also like those Teflon pans do pretty well.
Clap on.
Clap
off. Clap off.
I bought a clapper.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
That was the original Alexa. When you think about it, because you didn't have to move.
Yeah, it was really like every fucking hack joke too. Is like I got a standy no. I fucked her. I got a standy no.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was huge for the.
The problem with the clapper, though, is it never worked when you wanted it to. Like, you're at home, clap, and it would turn off. But when you had friends over, you're like, watch this. Hold on. It never worked when you needed it to.
Yeah, and it's also one of the things, like, you're like, it was the most depressing ad. It was like basically the lady from the Life Alert commercial. She was just like, and then she rolled over, and you're like, that's the whole fucking ad?
Yeah, that was it. Oh, what about the Craftmatic adjustable bed had a moment?
Well, that would make the bed like kind of go up.
Yeah, so the old people could sit up and watch TV. And
my grandparents had that.
There you go.
That was big.
Got around.
That was big.
That was big.
The adjustable, it's kind of a nice thing actually if you think about it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and this is the 90s when like there wasn't as much competition. Like if you got an invention together, there was no Shark Tank, there was no Amazon, there was no website. You had to get on TV and hawk that product.
Yeah, damn, that's a good point.
Now it's like you can just put a website out or a YouTube video. Hey, look what I made. It's pretty cool. Apple bought it for $2 billion, whatever. But back then it was like, this is all me in a garage in Indianapolis. Now I got to get a TV commercial.
Crazy. Different times, man. What are you watching? You got any recs? Read anything? Watch anything? Movie? Anything?
Yeah, well, I just finished. Well, I don't know if I finished it because it's still going. But The Lady in the Dale, you doing this yet?
I hear it's amazing. I got to get on. I'm like a doc behind you or two.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I read about it, so I know. I mean, I just read the story because I was curious, but it's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. This woman who did this whole journey is like so ballsy and weird and criminal and adventurous. And then I'm only on episode 3, but I think the other one hasn't come out yet. But these Netflix, the HBO, Duplass brothers from New Orleans, by the way.
Oh yeah, they're great.
But Netflix, these cum guzzlers, they stretch out these docuseries for 12 episodes. They don't need to.
Which ones? Give me one that Making a Murderer. That was too long.
Too long. I'm watching this other one now that Ron Howard just did about the lady who died at the Cecil Hotel in LA, and they found her in the water tower. It's like a classic old true crime story, but they finally did a doc about it, and it's so drawn out. They just keep saying the same things over and over again. And you're like, then each episode they give you one nugget, and you're like, all right, now I got to watch another one. But
yeah, everyone's talking about that one.
Yeah. I forgot what
Yeah,
it's called.
Making a Murder drove me nuts. The only long one that I was okay with was The Staircase, because
I know you love that one.
it was good, but yeah, fuck, man. Yeah, they're all too. Just get it done. Just tell the fuck. I watched Tiger because of you. I watched the Tiger Woods one.
Oh, again, HBO killed it.
So fucking good. There was that one line, the Tiger one, where some journalist comes on and goes, "Once you conquer the world is going to want its revenge." I was like, "Oh my
Woo!
god, fucking
So
heavy."
true.
Tiger
So
Woods,
true.
you feel bad for that dude because he was so fucking good, but he was like a more machine than man.
Definitely. The only part of the only man thing about him was his sex drive and his ego. Like he was so competitive. You know, he's like whatever that Australian guy was, the good golfer. I forgot his name. Cool guy. Mick or Nick. I can't remember his name.
Nicholas.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
it. Handsome guy, and that was the one where Tiger was like, "Yeah, that was a pretty good hit, but I usually hit it harder or hit it longer." And the guy was like, "Jesus
Oh,
Christ,
not Mickelson.
is it Mickelson?"
Phil Mickelson. He's not Australian. He's from California.
Oh, well, who the hell am I thinking of?
He was hilarious because he's just like a chubby dude with all the goods, and Tiger
Yeah.
fucking hates him. He's just like a fat dude who could. He's not even fat, but like he's not Tiger.
He's not he doesn't look like an athlete for sure. Yeah, Tiger's like ripped out there in a polo shirt, but yeah, it's just like, hey man, relax, have some fun. But he couldn't do it. But part of me is like, is that what you got to do to be that good? Is there a balance?
To be that good?
Yeah.
To be the best ever, probably. To be the best athlete. I mean, shit, dude. To get where he got and win, and yeah, I think maybe you have to like. It's a combination of like physical gifts that you're born with, but then also having a dad who like.
Yeah.
It's so weird that his dad, like, it's weird because he's 2 years old on what it was like some talk show, Merv Griffin or some shit.
Yeah, with
and
Bob
he's hitting the
Hope.
ball, Bob Hope. Yeah, and he's hitting the ball, and you're like, oh, you're smiling. You're like, this is amazing, but you're like, man, it's also kind of sick
Yeah.
that you're like, bless you.
True.
But
Thank
then
you.
it's like the people judging it. It's like, why aren't you doing this shit with your kids on TikTok? If your kid was that good, you'd be milking that shit for fucking views too.
Great point.
Tiger, it is fucked up. The dad he's just banging women in his trailer while Tiger's just out hitting balls.
So were those prostitutes?
No, I think he like gave women golf lessons and he just had game. I think that was.
Wow. Damn. Good for him. I mean, crazy to do that in front of your kid. He's cheating on his wife, but like, I'm impressed that he could pull these. Like, there was like, he's pulling these hot young blondes. I'm like, this guy looks like, Uncle Ben on the rice box. He's not even that good looking of a guy. But hey, his name was, what was his name? Like Mordecai or Archibald or some shit. Some old guy name.
He just kind of looked like a little puffy. He was like a puffy dude. He looked like a fucking North Face,
Right.
like
yeah, exactly.
But no, he would pull chicks. I think when you're like a good athlete, which he was, he obviously wasn't Tiger, but he was like an athlete and he was in the war. I think some of those dudes just have like a fucking swagger and kind of like
point.
I think once you've done that shit, you're like, yeah, I'll fucking ask for a number.
Yeah, so true. I've seen Charlie, whizzing bullets by my head, and I, watched one of my friends die. I can hit on this Tiffany.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he was the best. I mean, like at like 19, he was like the fucking best.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and this is gonna sound harsh, but it's still crazy how good he was and his rise and fall, and he still didn't beat Mickelson's record.
Did he not? Which one? What was his record?
Well, he's got like some like 42 green jackets or opens or whatever you call it. Yeah, and Tiger has like 39 or something. And you're like,
but isn't Tiger? I don't know enough about golf, but isn't Tiger still considered the greatest?
Oh, for sure. He's a better golfer. He just never got there because Mickelson's been around for 65 years or whatever.
Damn.
Maybe not that long.
No, he's only 5 years older than Tiger, they said. He also
What?
Yeah, he's not that much older.
Well, he does look terrible then. I mean, jeez.
I don't think he's that old.
I thought he was like 75.
Phil Mickelson?
Who am I thinking of? I thought these golfers were like old honkies.
Phil Mickelson? Well, he was the guy going against Tiger. He's 50. He's not that old.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, I'm the wrong guy here.
Well, anyway, yeah, no, it's fucking incredible though. And Tiger, like, I felt bad for him. I remember Rachel, you could tell, used to come to Gary Veter's shows. Remember that? It was your show with Gary.
Really?
Yeah, she was at the show. And
Really?
Irish
Wow.
Exit. Yeah, I saw her in the crowd once. She was a good laugher. So she's that's all. I'm like, yeah, she tore his family apart, but you know what? She laughed at my jokes one
Yeah.
time, and
I'm-
she seemed enthusiastic. Gary said she was super nice always.
Wow. I'm kind of into her. She's something about her. She's just so down and trashy and fun. Like, I don't want to marry the lady, but something about her is fun.
Well, I think that was maybe the problem with Tiger.
Exactly.
You're like, this chick's fun. I don't want to marry her. It's like, well, then don't fucking do. That was the fucked up thing, is that like he didn't just have affairs. He like let them think he was in love with all of them.
Right.
They all were like, he broke my heart. I'm like, Jesus, you're not just cheating on your wife. Like, you have bad cheating etiquette. Like, there's
Right.
and apparently they were pissed because he didn't pay for shit. Like, even in the documentary, she was like, so I flew to Florida. I'm like, he didn't fucking fly you
What?
out. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I missed that. That's interesting.
Yeah, he didn't fly you places.
Yeah, that's
Making
shitty.
100 million a year, and he can't fucking get you JetBlue Mint or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Come on.
What the fuck? Oh, that's horrible. I didn't know that. But yeah, I think they say psychologically, you do that whole thing with women where you go like, I love you. You're special to me. My wife, don't worry about her. You mean a lot to me. I'm in love with you, because you feel bad about what your mom's been through. They say that's the,
Oh, wow. Well, his mom was through a lot.
yeah. So it's in a weird way. It's like, I feel horrible what my dad does, my mom. So I'm going to make these women feel good.
Well, short term, I guess.
Yeah.
They were not happy with him. I mean, that's crazy. It's also hilarious to think of Tiger Woods just in Vegas out with MJ and Charles
know.
Barkley. He's just like the geeky one.
Yep. So true. Now, here's a horrible question that nobody wants to hear.
Yeah.
But I can't help myself from thinking it or asking it. But no one's listening. So, hey, I'm throwing it out there.
I don't think that's true. I think people are listening.
Ah, shit.
Wow. What is it?
Maybe I brought this up before, but if you are a black and Asian, you got the huge dong on the black side, the tiny dong on the Asian. Does it meet halfway, or do you think you still go black dong?
You know, I don't know. I'm not. It's an interesting question. I think if we're basing this purely off stereotypes,
Yes.
I think he's doing all right.
All right. I figured he was too.
Would be my guess.
Because he's built more black, I'd say. All right.
They're ripped Asian guys. Have you seen Bruce Lee?
Yeah, but he's still petite, I'd say. He's thin.
But he's built. No, all right, I hear you. So
he's
like
ripped. He's shredded. It's a question.
I think sometimes swagger says a lot too, and he had swagger.
He did have swag. Well, if you're that good, you got.
That is the other thing. Just being great will give you swagger. Yeah, I don't know. That's a great. We'll have to go to the listeners. Who do you think it's huge, tiny, or in the middle? And we're basing this only off stereotypes, of course.
Yes, obviously some black guys have tiny dongs, and some Asian guys, I'm sure, have huge dongs. But I'm just going off what I've seen in the video.
Even that sounded condescending. You said, "I'm sure," like you're like going off some myth. And look, I'm sure it's possible.
Right. That's got to be kind of fun. Maybe it's a gamble, but like, fuck, if you're a girl who fucks white dudes a lot, every white dude is it's like who knows? It's up in the air, because I've seen some white guys I know with huge dong, and I've seen white guys I know with tiny, and so every woman's like going in completely blind.
Interesting. I guess you could say the same with a vagina, but it's not the same. Like, wow. I guess there's not the range.
Right. Maybe the outdoors look a little messier or clean. The porch is messier or cleaner, but the inside is usually pretty similar.
Yeah. The interior is the same, I'd say.
Yeah.
For the most part. Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Is the penis a gamble? It is a gamble. You're going in. It's kind of like watching a movie and not reading anything about it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Or seeing a comic. You just like, we're going to see comedy. And then sometimes you get Gaffigan, and sometimes you get fucking, Corey Holcomb. Crazy reference there. You got to be a comedy fan to get that one.
Interesting. So
I realize it's inappropriate.
No,
but
it's interesting. What about I'm a Tiger. Yeah, that was my favorite doc in a while. That's my rec this week. Your rec is what was it again?
Well,
Called?
I got a different rec. You were asking what I was watching.
Okay.
But I'm trying to mix it up with the recs because I feel like every time I give a documentary or a movie. So I'm going with something, and this is perfect for me and you.
Mhm.
You showed me this in, I don't know, 2012, 2013. We went to Montreal. We were in your hotel room, which was filthy. We're pre-gaming before a show, and I mentioned your facial hair. And I was like, your facial hair is always perfectly even, and not long but not short. And you said you gotta get this shaver,
Oh, the Norelco?
the Norelco. I
Yeah.
love this thing. I've had it since you told me about it. I bought it the next day on Amazon. I've had the same one. It's the best thing. I rarely charge it. It cuts perfectly.
We were talking about late night infomercials. That just kind of looked like one for a second. This is the best thing. I use it every night.
Right. Then you get the black and white where I'm like,
no, I love that thing. I use it constantly. Stavros has one for his pubes and one for his face.
perfect. Yeah, those Greek pubes, I'm sure need a real trimming. But yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, I like this. So we're doing more than just. I like this rec thing where we can do anything.
Yeah, I'm branching out. I'm outside the box. 'Cause last week I did a band. This week I'm doing that, and I'm also going to
some of
rec.
it.
Oh, nice.
What
It's
was
fun.
the other rec?
Well, I'm a big self-help douche with these motivational queefs and all these guys, and I love all this Zen Buddhist shit and all these like successful tips. And if it's self-help is too pretentious and too annoying, a good way to transition is a YouTube channel called After School, and school with a K, and they illustrate it all. So they play some guy like some Tim Ferriss type guy, and he's talking, and they illustrate it while he's talking, and it makes it so much more captivating, so much more accessible, and the art is really cool, and they pick great little clips to put up, and can't recommend it enough.
That sounds good. It's
It's
funny
really
you said
good.
after school. I just pictured like Mary Kay Letourneau. No, that sounds great. That sounds cool. I love stuff where you're like, I mean, I listened to a few episodes of Malcolm Gladwell's podcast because I like your Rex, man. I go right to him.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you try to branch out. It's all about open-mindedness and new things. And there's so much shit out there that we just, we stay in our little tunnel. We go, I like this, I'm sticking with it. But if you branch out, there's so much great shit.
It's so true. I'm the king of that. And it's like, man, it's a pandemic. You got to mix it up. Your life is the same. I got to stop watching The Sopranos and The Simpsons all the time. I got to chill. So it's good. Well said. I'm going to do that for sure. I'll check out After School.
Joe List bought a mandolin. He's like, I've always wanted to try a mandolin. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck? So I bought a piano. I bought a keyboard.
Really?
It's on the way. It's shipping right now.
Are you going to become like Galifianakis on stage now?
No, God, no. I mean, I love Zach, but no.
Are you going to do like Dimitri Martin shit where you just do like one-liners?
Yeah, I got an easel coming and a projector. But no, I just want to be the guy, when you're at a party, it's kind of dead. Yeah. And, you're looking around, and you're like, what is that? You blow the dust off, you pop the little cover off, and yes. And then everybody starts dancing, and somebody throws you a beer. You chug the beer.
I like that your vision is just like you're just like the dude in the Heineken commercial.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
You're the fun guy in every '80s comedy where every Dangerfield movie, for some reason he would just start singing, and it made like fucking Back to School. Meet Wally Sparks. He's singing with all the wives. Goodness, greatness, great balls of fire. You're just like, why is this in the movie?
I know. Was that his idea?
I don't know. But so funny though.
A pretty girl gets on the piano, starts dancing, and she kisses me. My tie's like on my forehead for some reason. Yeah, I can't wait.
I love it. I love it. You're gonna be. I'm gonna be at a fucking party with you. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And this shit's gonna fucking. You're just gonna go right for it. I'm gonna be like, oh, this is what it paid off. This is what it was for.
Yep, exactly. And it's going to be a nightmare learning how to play and getting the finger strength and all that. But I'm in a pandemic. What else am I doing?
Yeah, I should do something productive. I say that I won't, but I should start thinking about something.
You
I'll figure
write,
something.
a lot at least, and you got a couple pods, and you got, you got stuff
Play
cooking,
ball sometimes, yeah.
and you read.
I play ball.
Oh yeah, and you play ball, good exercise. So
I
yeah,
do some
you're doing
stuff,
stuff.
yeah. But it's not new. Something new.
Right.
I feel like that's good for your brain. I feel like that's got to
Yes.
be.
Agreed.
What,
Uh,
any pet peeves?
yeah, yeah. Oh, we should do this ad too.
Oh, yeah. Let's do an ad. Speaking of pet peeves, I'll tell you what's not a pet peeve. Lucy's nicotine gum. Have you tried this, Mark?
I have. I'm a fan. Great flavors.
So good, right? You got pomegranate, you got cinnamon, wintergreen. I mean, you're gonna like, you know how women kiss you and they're like, you taste like shit, you're a smoker. Now you actually taste good and you still get that 4 gram of nicotine rush. Because it's
Good
hard to
point.
quit smoking, right, Mark?
Oh, it's got to be the hardest thing out there. I mean, there's books and tapes on it. People kill themselves over this shit. So get this gum, and if you don't like gum, get the lozenges. They got cherry iced lozenges. They taste
Ooh.
great. The gum tastes really good. It's got the nicotine in it. And get rid of those cigarettes. Unplug your vape. Throw out your dip, and get a pack of Lucy. Do yourself a favor and subscribe. It'll show up at your doorstep each month, and you'll always be ready. Get out there and create a better and cleaner you with a nicotine alternative.
Yep, they're supporting the show, so go support them. 20% off all products, including gum or lozenges, at lucy.co with code DRUNK. That's 20% off lucy.co, promo code DRUNK. So clearly, this sounds like a good deal. And here's the part the lawyers will make us say: warning, the product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, but you already knew that. So 20% off lucy.co with code DRUNK.
Yes, there you go. All right. Now, you gave me your rec. What was your rec?
Tiger Woods.
Okay. So I got to tell you this pet peeve, and this is going to be another weird one because I get annoyed by weird shit. But you ever have this one? You're some guy's telling you a story or telling you a fun fact or something, and you start laughing, and they go, "No, I'm serious." And you're like, "Yeah, I know, but it's still funny." And they're like, "No, I'm serious." Like, "Yeah, all right, but I still can find serious stuff funny." And they're like, "I'm telling you, man, this guy murdered 3 people." I'm like, "Wow, 3 people? No, seriously." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That's why it's funny."
You're like, he was butt naked when he did it. And you're like laughing. He's like, "Hey, seriously, his dick was
Yeah.
wiggling everywhere." And you're like,
Yes. I'm aware it's serious. I've just got a fucked up sense of humor, maybe. Let me laugh.
also, there's that line from that Bare Naked Ladies song. I can't believe I'm quoting the Bare Naked Ladies, but I'm the type of guy that laughs at a funeral. I'm like, that's every comedian.
Right.
Doesn't mean we're
Right.
bad people. We laugh at weird shit.
Good point. Yeah, people are attracted to other stuff. Let me be attracted to horrible humor. We're dead inside. We need we've explored everything else, so we need maybe an extra jolt of darkness to jumpstart.
This is our life. Dark. It's like, of course, dark jokes. You think like fucking hookers just only bang missionary?
Yeah, exactly.
We're into the getting choked of comedy, probably. I don't know. Like we like a dark joke here and there.
Yeah, I mean, some preacher can kick back with a high life. We're like, hey, how about an 8-ball and a tequila? Like we have to kick it up a notch. We're in too deep.
We're in too deep, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm totally with you. People get annoyed at me. They're like, do not laugh, and I'm like, how do you tell someone not to laugh? Like,
I know exactly.
You let them fucking. Yeah, I don't know. I'm with you. I'm serious.
Yeah, I know exactly. Who cares? It made me laugh. It triggered an involuntary response. Like, you telling me it's serious isn't going to change how I am.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of like it's usually someone who doesn't really know you, though.
Right.
It's like if they're really going to be like, why are you laughing at that? You're like, well, you don't know me.
Yeah, and to be clear, it's not always about offensive stuff. Like, it could just be about anything. Like, this dude bought another couch, and I'm like, oh wow, another couch. I'm serious. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's just funny. He bought another couch. I believe you. I think they think you don't believe them.
I sometimes laugh harder in dark movies than I do in comedies.
Oh yeah. Oh, Silence of the Lambs is hilarious. Like put it the bunny in the no, what is it? The lotion in the basket? Come
Oh,
on.
I thought are you doing Con Air there for a second? Put the
I got
bunny.
screwed up with the bunny in the box. Good catch.
Yeah, Con Air is hilarious. Con Air is fucking funny.
By the way, young Dave Chappelle in that.
Just gonna
And
say that.
can you imagine being that comic at that age? Like, I'm working with Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, like John Malkovich. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, he worked with Mel Brooks when he was even younger, right? I mean, Robin
Good
Hood Men in the
point.
Tights. He just was probably not starstruck at that point, I would think.
I guess, but at least Mel Brooks, I feel like, he's a legend and like a hero of mine, but he's still a comedian and in the mix. This is like A-level Hollywood shit,
Yeah, dude. Is there anyone who's more hit or miss than Nicolas Cage in history? It's
I
insane.
know. I'd say more miss, but I mean, Leaving Las Vegas is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's great in that movie. It's also like he is, you know what he is? He's the I don't know what this white dude's penis is gonna look like of movies.
Yes. Great callback.
Right, Leaving Las Vegas. Adaptation's incredible.
Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona. Incredible.
Great. So great. Yeah, so true. And he can act when he wants to, but he just picks these ghost riders and
Moonstruck is great.
Oh, Moonstruck. He's hilarious in that.
He's so fucking funny in that movie.
And I heard he had like a ton of gambling debts and has to take these movies to pay. That's what I heard.
That's actually I don't want to see that movie. It's just like a fake Nicolas Cage just on set of shitty movies played by Nicolas Cage.
Talking to some bookie. But like even
but he's like bad Lieutenant Nicolas Cage in a Nicolas Cage movie.
Right. Also not a bad movie. But Face Off is like objectively silly and ridiculous, but I enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's so I guess we found the other guy who is the most hit or miss is Travolta.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I mean, I don't want to say Adam Sandler because we're fans, but I mean, he's had some real misses too, like Jack and Jill and
comedy
Click.
I think comedy is also like I thought Click was pretty good actually. Really?
Come on.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was.
Wow.
Maybe I'm one of the only. It was like an It's a Wonderful Life vibe. I don't know. I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
Christopher Walken was so good in it.
I like Walken, but
no comedy. I think every big comedian is in hit or miss movies.
Yeah.
If you're like like Kevin Hart isn't. Fucking.
Does he have a hit?
Jim Carrey. Come on, like everyone's hit or miss. Everyone's hit or miss. I'm talking like big A-list. Like Will Ferrell's been in duds. He's one of the funniest dudes ever.
Yeah, he's amazing. What with Will Ferrell? I feel like they just say like a genre of a sport, and then Will Ferrell, like ice skating and Will Ferrell. We'll take it. Car racing and Will Ferrell. We'll take it. Basketball, Will Ferrell. We'll take it. It's just him. It's all him.
Yeah, they were all pretty good. I didn't see that. I didn't see semi-pro, but I thought. I mean, I just kind of like Will Ferrell, man.
Talladega Nights is great.
Insane.
So good. Sacha Baron Cohen is great in that.
Yeah. What do you think of the new Borat? Did you like it?
I actually never saw it. I'm not a huge Borat guy. I love Baron Cohen stuff. I love Ali G, and I love the first Borat I saw in the theater. It was unbelievable. But as I get older, I'm not crazy about the tricking people and making them look stupid, and that's the joke. I don't know. I just feel bad for them, and like they tend to be a lot of idiots and yokels, so that makes it even weirder to me.
That's interesting. You know what? I've kind of felt similarly about like I love Bill Maher's show. I'll listen to Bill Maher's show every week. Me
too.
But Religulous is like Bill Maher's super. He's a super smart guy, and he's like fucking with like Cadillac priests. Where I'm just like, these dudes aren't fucking legit. I know they have big followings, but it's like you're dealing with idiots here. And then occasionally he'd get like a politician. I'm like, this should have been the whole movie.
Totally. Yeah.
Going after smart con men.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you. Like he's in a gun salesman or a trailer park church, and you're like, dude, these people need this shit. Like they're down and out. They're all addicts and recovering and shit.
That felt like very Hollywood, but I, as I said, I'm a fan of the show. I think the show is great.
I think the show is great too. I think he keeps it real and all that. But yeah, that was a little tough. I'm with you. And I'm from the South too, so there's like a little bit of like all right, easy on these fucking rednecks, will you? They're just trying to survive.
What about yeah, that's interesting. I totally see what you're saying. That's what I kind of like about Impractical Jokers, because I do feel like
Yes.
it's them fucking with each other.
Yes, yeah, it's a brilliant comedy move. Same with Jackass. They're shooting each other out of a cannon. They're running away from bulls. They're shooting each other with like a stun gun. It's them.
It is weird. It is weird to like pitch or like, yeah, I just fuck with strangers on the street. And you're like, yeah, we all fucking hate that guy, but we're watching.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
don't get
know.
it.
I
I don't
don't
like
know.
it. I feel like, and also there's a lot of hypocrisy with like the politics stuff. Like you'd be mean to this side because I'm not on this side, but if you're mean to that side, it's mean. But you should be compassionate. And I don't know. It's all very strange. So
Yeah, no, I like the we're friends and we're the butt of the joke. That's my
yeah,
favorite type
same.
of the hidden camera thing.
And the same goes with stand up. If a stand up's just up there going, this group sucks, fuck you. You got to hit yourself every now and then. You got to be humble and be human too.
Mm.
You always tell me that. Like I'll have a joke. You're like, it would work better if you shit on yourself in the beginning. And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, that's why almost every comic will open self-deprecating on late night or something to get that quick kind of, so hey, heads up, I don't like me either.
Yeah, yeah.
Marin used to have this great opener where he would come out on stage and go, all right, take a moment to judge me.
I remember that. I see it on Conan.
But it's like, you need that quick joke where you're like, show yourself. I think that was great because it's like, that shows self-awareness as well. So it's like,
Yes.
you want to show them that you're aware.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Like it's a hacky move, but it works like a charm when the comic goes, I know, I look like this and that guy fucked her. I look like John Goodman fucked a Coke machine or whatever the fuck it is, and it always hits because I go, you too.
Yeah, it's the icebreaker.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, if you show yourself, I mean, look, if there's a way to sometimes the joke is only funny if you're shitting on someone else. So,
Oh, cool. I'm not against it. Yeah.
it's not like a perfect recipe, but like if you can make it about you, yeah, that I think helps.
Yeah, agreed. All right, you got what did I just give you?
The pet peeve.
Yeah, you got a pet?
When you laugh when you laugh and they go, you know what I mean? You're asking what you said?
No, what is yours?
Oh, my pet peeve is
Yeah.
all right. I have a few. I got to choose one. I wrote down a few things bugging me. This bugs me when people go, he's got a family.
Oh,
As like a defense for someone being a piece of shit. Give him a break. He's got a family. I'm like, oh, so I have to like be an incredible human being because I don't have a family.
Yeah. What the fuck? That's a horrible. Everybody's got a family. You're only existing because of your family. I mean, unless they all died.
I think they mean he's got a wife and kids. So
Okay.
I gave a friend of ours shit. He goes, he's a good guy. He smokes cigars and he's got a family. I'm like, that's all it takes. I was like, what? So I'm a piece of, I drink green juice. I'm a piece of shit and I'm single,
Right. That's a great point. It's so anybody, I mean, every Tom, Dick, and Harry's got a family. You just jizzed in some skank and she didn't have birth control. So now I got to be nice to you.
Yeah, maybe I'm actually a better person because I didn't dump a load in a stranger and know that I wouldn't probably be ready to be a father. So
exactly.
I hate the he's got a family.
That's a great catch because people say it all the time. And you go, all right, but yeah, fuck that. Why are we letting that be a thing?
Let me do one more because it's
I'm with you.
There's another one when people go, I love you, but they preface it, I love you, but, and you're like, all right, what is it? And they're like, can you lower the volume? And you're like, why do you have to tell me you love me before that? Just say, hey, do you mind? I'm sorry, just lowering the volume. How soft do you think we are as people that you have to cushion that with, hey, I love you? What does your love have to do?
Right. It's pretty shitty. That's a sloppy, lazy version of the humbling thing that we were just talking about. I love you, but can you hand me the salt shaker? You're like, just ask me for the fucking salt shaker. Don't try to. You're trying to ask for something, but still be a good guy. It's totally transparent. I don't like that either.
I hate that. Yeah. So those are my two big ones, I'd say.
Yeah. You know what else in that same ballpark is I had a friend who would change his voice. He would like go down a few octaves when he would ask for something. he'd be like, hey, yeah, can you give me a ride to the airport? And you're like, just ask me for the ride. We don't know what the voice changing. Like he would try to sound cuter or something.
Women do that in cabs when they need a favor. Excuse me, can I have a cigarette?
Yes, they do. That's dead on. We can see through it, skanks. Come on.
We can't do that to it. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Can I have a Camel?
That's true. Oh, that's hilarious.
I should try that. Excuse me.
The guy would give it to you, just like, whoa, geez,
get away. Guy? I bet that guy exists in the West Village, honestly.
Ooh, can I have your coat, buddy? Yeah, I hate the voice change.
Okay, I got one last one.
All right, I keep them coming.
I have a lot of these.
This is like a prior set.
So my friend, here's another people who's an inoperable tumor at the base of their spine.
Here's another group of people who has which health plan included abortion.
I love, dude, the best, you know what the best one in that special is when he goes, people who say my daddy. Well, my daddy used to say blah, 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 blah. You know what my daddy used to say? Fuck your daddy.
It's not even great writing, but it's so fun.
It's not a good joke, but it gets me every time. Like I'm like, that's not a joke, but I laugh every time I hear it.
He got real loose on that special, and I was 100% behind it. Where he goes, you know what I hate? Guys named Todd. Like, what basis do you have for hating guys? You've never met everybody named Todd. He's like, you know what I like? A guy named Eddie. You're like, I love where you're going. I get it, but man, you are taking this is a big jump here.
I'll tell you though, I listen to that special a lot. It's that's a fucking funny one, man. You're right. It's so loose.
Is that Complaints and Grievances or is that Back in Town?
No, it's Complaints and Grievances.
Okay. Man, I used to listen to my college dorm, like fist pumping.
Yeah, I would laugh so hard that I re-listen every now and then. I'm like, it might not be as good as I remember it, but I still love it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, those old Carlins. If you listen back now, like how much has changed with like all like can't say that and canceling. It is so harsh. A lot of the shit he's saying, like he says the N-word a few times, and he's like, you know what I call feminists? A cum catcher. You're like, whoa! I can't believe he's saying this shit into a microphone.
It's weird how he would be like so reasonable at times, and then so unreasonable, and you're kind of like, it's fucking car. I think you just going like, yeah. If you're a Carlin fan, you got to know you're not going to love everything you hear that night. But it was that funny, it didn't fucking matter.
Exactly. And you could tell he was a good guy. He was on the right side of everything, but he still just liked making fucked up jokes, which I think is the best kind of comedian.
Agree.
You know, like he's going to do abortion stuff. He's going to do black jokes and feminists, making fun of feminists, making fun of women. But like, he's like, we got to take down these politicians. These priests are fucking kids. Like he was always... The war is stupid. Like he was on the right side, but
we got to take down these pedophiles. We got to take down these politicians. We got to take down guys in visors.
What's up with guys that wear their hats backwards? You're 48, Jeff. Turn that fucking hat around or whatever it is.
Fucking is ridiculous. Here's another one.
Oh, right? Wow. All right.
So my friend got invited to, everything's on Zoom now. I'm going nuts. I did a Zoom benefit the other night, to raise money for this like Rotary Club in Connecticut. And this woman starts heckling me in the thing. It's a guy. And I go, fuck you, Steven, you fucking pussy. So I start trashing him. And then he goes, this is his wife, Vivian. I go, oh, I fucking hate you. So I just start piling on. It felt so satisfying to destroy someone with a mic. I'm like, people have so much fucking confidence behind a keyboard,
Yeah.
But then when you start turning on him and all the other people on the keyboards are like, fuck her, get her. I'm like, yes.
Oh, that's great.
It was satisfying. But my point of this is Zoom. Everything on Zoom. Like my friend goes, I got invited to a Zoom bris.
What?
A Zoom. Are we not taking this too? We can't do a private bris now. You're going to make me watch you're going to watch your baby get circumcised without free bagels or coffee. That's the point. You're going there for the hang.
Right. It's a family affair. It's a tradition or a religious thing. Like This doesn't need to be Zoomed. I'm not going to a Zoom baptism either. It's too much.
You know what I would say? I was like, hey, can you give me recording clearance? Can I record this too?
Yeah, you don't have a tubin situation or a Jubin, but it's just crazy because like now I'm watching a baby dick on my computer. This is my whole life is about not ever doing that. Now it's happening.
What's even weirder is I've got another window open with a baby dick. That's
yeah, exactly. I don't know which baby dick to watch.
Those are my things. What any news stories? Anything good? You're a
I gotta
machine
tell
with these.
you, I had not much news because
I'm not even crazy about this segment. We could change this segment for something else.
Yeah, maybe we should. You got any like a toast? We talked about doing a toast to something, anything impressing you or something you're proud of, or
I'll come up with a toast next week. Let me think of a toast now. Anything? I feel like I'm much better at I might have to spin some pet peeves into positives for my toast.
Right.
People not inviting me to. That's the thing. It's like I'll say this. I'll toast. The one good thing about this pandemic, I have not been invited to weddings.
Oh, you hate a wedding.
I just hate I hate how annoyed people get when we don't go. Because
right.
it's like, just look, I'll go to some, but understand it's a big ask. That's all I'm saying. It's our job. It's like we have to. It's like literally the equivalent of us being like take Monday through Friday off work.
Oh yeah, and get a plane ticket, put on a suit, sit through a fucking service, go to the reception where you don't know anybody, you know Uncle Dale, and he's weird, and you gotta get a headlock from him. So then you get really drunk just to get through it. Now you're hungover. You got to get back on a plane. I mean, it's a nightmare.
It's a lot. Do you hate going to weddings too? Or I mean, I don't hate them. I have fun at them. I want to do stand up, especially now. Think about all the weddings that have been backlogged.
Oh, you're right.
It's going to be mayhem, dude. It's going to be. And anytime I see a friend of mine post a thing like, we decided to get married at City Hall ourselves because of the pandemic, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. I'll send you a gift. Yeah, weddings are tough. I mean, I love if it's a friend and you're like, I'm going to know half the fucking party and I'm going to see a band and get drunk in a suit and dance with my lady and all that. Yeah, sure. It's good. But it always cuts into all we have are our weekends. That's where I make my money. So
yeah,
it's tough.
And I love doing stand-up so much. Like that's the other thing, and I miss it so much. Like with the regularity we used to be able to do it. So yeah, no, you're right. Like I loved List's wedding, Rachel's wedding. Like I've been at weddings where I'm like, this has been the most fun. But like, I want to do stand-up.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like when I was in college and I wasn't doing stand-up yet, a wedding was awesome. It was like, free drinks and music and friends. But yeah, now it's a chore. And then especially when you're like, this isn't going to last anyway. What the hell am I doing here? I went to one wedding and it ended like 2 weeks after. They got a divorce immediately. Yeah, I'm not going to say who. You know the guy.
Damn. And I do know him.
It sucked. It was kind of like, you tricked me.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it still sucks to get divorced.
Of course. Yeah. And he's doing great now and all that, but it was just this weird thing. I think the girl's parents made him do it, which is so stupid because now you just paid for this and it's over. I mean, I don't know. Traditional shit.
Weird shit. How about you want to do a joke or a toast? What are you thinking?
I got a bit here.
Let's see.
It's in the rawest form and I need your help on here.
Please.
I tried it on stage and it got something, but it was clunky as hell. So I think there's something there. All right. I find it so interesting, like the biology of humans. Like you can see a girl and you can see her like, oh, she's got pretty hair. And immediately you're like, I want to fuck her. So it's kind of crazy that your body and your mind see this woman with pretty hair and you automatically think, I want to make a baby with her. But your mind knows you're not going to have a baby. You're just going to simulate having a baby. You're just going to do the fun part, but your body thinks you're going to actually do the baby thing. That's why you get a boner, So your brain's going, let's go fuck this chick or fake fuck her. And your dick doesn't know. Your dick's like, I'm in. Let's make that kid. But maybe that's why you can't get it up sometimes because your brain and your body are too in tune. So your brain's like, let's go fuck her. Why aren't you hard? And your dick's like, what am I, an idiot? I know what's happening here. I know there's no baby.
I love it. I think there's something. There's a lot to unpack. There's something funny about the idea of like you throw a condom over your dick. It's like almost like like a mafioso walking into a room thinking he's gonna get made, and you just like put a bag over his head.
Right.
This isn't what you thought it was, you know?
Yes.
That's the semen. We're killing the semen. So no baby will
Exactly.
be made.
Exactly. Yes.
Literally, you're not getting made.
Yes, that's great. That's a great angle. It's just so crazy because your dick has no idea, but your brain knows. Your brain's like, I'm
Right.
not gonna ever see this woman again. It's a one night stand. I'm in Missouri, but your dick is like, let's go. Here we go. And if it does know, it's kind of like, why would I get out of bed for this?
Yeah, it's such a big idea. I love it. I think something about having to trick your penis is so funny. Like
Yes.
he's really like
But I think you make a point. That's why the condom is so, because it's harder to get a boner with a condom. Maybe because your dick's kind of starting to figure it out. Like, wait a
yes.
minute, why
Wait,
wouldn't you want?
why wouldn't you want a
Yes.
baby?
Yeah, I thought that's what we're doing here. What the fuck?
Yeah, your dick thinks you're just gonna knock someone up.
Right.
But
Huh.
your dick doesn't have any, but you need your brain because the dick doesn't ask any questions. The dick isn't like, hey, you've only known her for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
The brain is, you need the brain. The brain's protecting the entire body. The penis is just thinking about itself.
Yeah. That's true. All right. Yeah, the dick is like, it's almost like they say you're thinking with your penis. Like, no, you're thinking with your brain.
Yeah.
Because, well, hold on. Yeah, there's a lot here.
You're thinking with your penis and you go, yeah, but I'm controlling him.
Right. It's almost like when your parents are like, "Hey kids, how are you?" And then you tell your wife like, "We got to go to the DOCTOR." And your kid's like, "What? What are we doing?" You're like, "We're getting ice cream." You know how you have to spell it out for the wife and the kids have no idea?
Yeah, that's interesting. And that maybe that's how you work on the can't get it up angle.
Right. Although I'm bringing kids in, which is odd, but yeah, kids
There's
with a
something.
boner. It's a tough sell, but you see what I'm saying? You
No,
have to like,
I totally get what you're doing. You kind of have to mislead. There's something very mafia about it to me, where you're like,
yes.
we're going to this place, and then you take them there, and you're like, this isn't the clack, you know?
Boom. Yeah, right. Yeah, because Pesci thought he was about to get made and they shot him in the head.
There's something about having to lie, and you're lying to yourself. Your penis is a part of you,
Yes.
but your penis doesn't realize its power. Like you're like this
Ah,
thing, penis. You're just thinking like, yeah, you were made to. You know what it is? The penis was made to have babies.
that's the
But
whole purpose.
yeah, but we've made some advancements. Like penis doesn't have eyes. Penis doesn't know what's on the internet. Penis doesn't know where a lot of his shit ends up a lot of the time.
And thank God for that.
Thank God for that. Penis would look and be like, "You're putting it where?
Yeah,
This is
right.
horrible. I'm here to make." What if penis is just like a really sweet person? I'm here to make babies.
Right. Why does it smell like shit in here?
Why am I on her breasts?
Yeah. Even the mouth must be confusing to the dick. Like, why are there teeth in this pussy? This is getting pretty dirty, but I think
getting
it's an
dirty.
interesting idea.
I like the setup a lot of and I'm a step slow. I apologize. I'm hungover as fuck. But I think the
Don't push it. Don't.
no. I think finding a second use. That's kind of what the penis is.
Yeah.
It's almost like when the phone got a camera, where you're like, you can do other shit now. We do
Right.
the penis.
Right. Okay.
That's
All right,
not
well,
it. That's not it. But the penis has a second use now.
second use. I like that. And it kind of hasn't caught up yet, and thank God it hasn't.
With no, oh man, can you imagine? You'd have to. I mean, that's what you're doing though. You have to drug the penis sometimes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you have to lie to it. Yeah, no, definitely having a baby.
Maybe it is. I mean, you could maybe like you're trying to sweet talk penis. Come on, penis. Think about all the times I give you massages.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm so good to you, penis.
Right,
I
right.
don't know. I'm getting too dirty now.
All right. Well, what do you got? You got any ideas?
I had an idea for a bit about this woman was trying to set me up on a date, and she was like, "So, what kind of woman do you like? Like, give me a type of woman that you want to be set up with." And I think it revealed to me like I watched too much porn because I was like, mature, busty, hand job.
Asian. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it hit. I did the other night. A hand job got a nice something.
Yeah, yeah. Mature. Oh, that's funny.
Mature neighbor,
Stepmom.
stepmom. She's like, wait, what?
Right, right. Ebony. Like what?
Ebony.
Why you call her Ebony? That's funny.
It's just a quick one.
That's there's a lot there, I think.
Yeah.
And you can keep going, like, yeah, in a where do people fuck? Like in a what do you call those? In a test home, like you're a realtor,
Oh, yeah,
try
like a
finding a new
realtor.
house. Mm.
Stockings. So like, what?
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting, like, because a woman would never do that. A woman goes off a rom-com, like funny, ambitious, smart, charming, and you're going
Handsome.
off a porn.
That's a good point. Yeah, woman is going off a type of dude. Like, I feel like they're going for. It's funny. I feel like guys go for like fake professions and women want real professions.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Even at a male strip club, all the dudes have jobs,
Right.
which has been done before, but they come
Yeah,
out as
I've
like a
heard that.
fireman, cop, whatever, construction worker. Whereas a stripper just comes out as hot, a female stripper.
That's true. I feel like someone must have done that angle though. No.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I'm spitballing different
Yeah.
ideas, but like I think I'm comparing it to what a woman would say because a woman's gone off like a romance novel or a rom com or some guy they actually already like, and
Yeah.
you're going off of porn,
Handsome lawyer.
right?
Handsome, successful, like I've never been like she needs to have a big apartment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny because success has nothing to do with our fantasy. But with women, it's like I'd like a guy who's ambitious, makes money, good job, doctor.
I feel like this must have been done though. This angle, I don't know.
No, I don't think
You
the
don't think
porn
so?
thing. I don't think the porn thing has been done. That's funny. That's very you too. I think that feels like a Morril.
All right. Well,
That porn joke from the old special was like, it like makes women sound better. It's so politically correct. It's like it's not a cum shot. It's a facial.
oh yeah. What was
That
it?
bit was huge. Big beautiful woman.
Yeah, you're not. Cosmo is meaner to women than porn. That was a bit. You're not fat and porn. You're a big. There's no fat and old Cosmo, but there's fat and old porn, right? Like
Right.
Cosmo's like how to shed that last 10 pounds. Porn is like you're perfect. We have a category for you right here.
Yes.
You're not fat.
Was,
You're a big, beautiful woman. You're not old. You're mature. You're not covered in semen. You're getting a facial.
that's a great bit. And half the fun of that bit, well, not half the fun, but a funny part for me is picturing you with your dick in your hand, about to jerk off, going, "Oh, I got something. I gotta write this down."
Isn't that funny? Do you ever do that when you're like, with May or something, you're just doing your thing and then you're like, can you give me a second?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the worst. I mean, but you got to get that bit down or else you'll forget it.
Fuck. Yeah. Got to write it down.
We were fooling around the other night and I was like, oh, let me turn the lights on because she wears contacts and she didn't have her contacts in. And she's like, let me turn the light. I was like, let me turn the lights on. You probably can't see me because you have bad vision. She was like, no, it's kind of hot. And I was like, geez. It's hotter if you can't see me. So I was like, I got to write this down. And it totally ruined the mood.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I had, during quarantine, she gave me a haircut, and she goes, wow, you don't look like yourself at all.
Yeah.
And then she started kissing me and I was like, why are you fucking kissing me after you tell me that?
Right. Exactly. But you got to write it down.
Got to write it down. Well, people make sure to keep emailing us at
Yes.
we might be drunk pod at Gmail. We'll read those on the Patreon app. We got a lot of Patreon people already, dude.
Woo! Yeah, yeah. Send
We're
us stuff. We'll
crushing.
read it. You could get your shit read on the live app on the Patreon, and some funny stuff, some great premises. A lot of talented drunks out there. Is that what we're calling our people?
The drunks.
I like the drunks, or the booze bags, or the booze hounds, or the bar flies.
I don't want to leave out people who are in recovery. That's my only fear, because we have a lot of listeners who say they're in recovery. So I like
point.
that too. So we'll think of something though.
Yeah, that's true. Addicts. I mean, alcoholic could go both ways.
That's alkies.
Alkies. Yes.
I like that. That's good. There we go.
I like that too.
The alkies. All right, till further notice. That's what we're going with.
All right. Perfect. Well, good stuff, baby.
All right, guys, keep listening. Subscribe to the Patreon. Give us a nice review on iTunes, and keep on listening. Oh, and follow the Instagram page. We might be Drunk Pod.
Oh, shout out the email address.
Oh, we might be drunkpod@gmail.com.
There it is.
And we got so many emails already, so we appreciate it. We changed the email to to a new one, but I think this is the keeper. We figured it out finally.
Yes. Here. All right. Keep
See you on
drinking,
the
folks.
Patreon, guys. Bye.
Mm.